already start engine already panas already, and with De Bruyne inside, the Inter Milan Lukaku will be playing, not the Manchester United Lukaku. So I think Belgium will go through. Salam Sejahtera, Salam One Malaysia, and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, like usual dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. Okay, if you enjoy our videos, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We love interacting with you guys in the comment section, and so far, we layan all the comments and all the karangans that you guys wrote so far. Okay, so speaking of comments and karangan, our most recent video, the heated Martial debate, we received an overwhelming amount of response from you guys. Okay, so firstly, thank you so much. Okay, I know it takes a lot of effort to actually watch the whole video, pretty much the whole video, and then to write those long karangans and stuff. Okay, so we want to do a shout out to a couple of subscribers, okay, which they did a pretty good job with the comments. Okay, so a shout out to Joshua Daniel. Okay, this is a Marcel FC. You can be a Marcel FC, member lah. Okay, we can promote you to treasurer or something like that. Okay, so the quote that he gave, form is temporary, class is permanent. Yes, I agree 100%. Okay, and then another guy, Ab Hussein. Okay, a lot of excellent technical input from our brother. Okay, especially on how we should set up our team. Okay, and who we should sign next season. Okay, I believe he had a good conversation going on with Mr. Josh, right? Okay, the next one. Our MVP for this video, a big shout out to Brown Knight. Okay, Brown with the number 0, not O. Okay, thanks so much for taking the time. Okay, for watching the whole video, the whole 2 videos. In fact, the full length video and also the short clip of it. Okay, he actually left a very comprehensive post. Okay, pretty much like a movie review. Okay, the last time I read something like comprehensive like this, it was probably a movie review of Titanic or something like that. Okay, so thank you so much for the feedback. Okay, and we will continue to improve our video quality and content, okay, to make the United fans all around the world and especially in Malaysia proud. Okay, so another thing, okay, for those of you guys who are worried that, that the discussion that day was pretty heated up and stuff like that, don't worry, rest assured, after the video went offline, we were still arguing about it. Okay, but that's the fun part of being in JomUnited. Okay, end of the day, we banter, we argue and whatnot, but we are still a happy family. Okay, and I know deep down inside, side knows that France actually misses Martial. The left side is empty, bro. The left side is empty. You gotta admit that.
No. We are missing Chidu.
Okay, so let's get into our program for today. Okay, on Sembang United. Okay, this is a 2-part special of the Euros 2020 knockout stage preview. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen now. We are going to look at the teams that actually qualified for the knockout stage. Okay, right here. Okay, so we actually did a prediction, so to speak, in the previous videos, the first Euro videos. Okay, so guys, we weren't actually very far off. The main teams actually we got it right, except Poland and Turkey. Okay, so pretty much Good job, guys. Okay, so okay, maybe let's do hold on. Sorry, let me adjust this and this.
Okay. Edit this part out.
What is that?
Edit this part out.
Okay, no worries. Just a few seconds only. Okay, so okay, let's start off first and foremost, right, guys? Which team? Let's do a round robin. Okay, which team impressed you guys the most in this Euros? The team that didn't qualify the group stages. Okay, let's start with Said.
Yeah, I think Hungary is the brightest one. We all missed. They should be there in the group, but they were in the very tough group along with Germany and France and Portugal. It was very predictable that they are not going to qualify, but the way they play against all 3 teams, it was very impressive. Even with France, they drew 1-1. With Portugal, they were playing good, but at the end they conceded 3 quick goals. And with Germany, even last night, they played really good match, and it was a 2-2 draw. So I think they deserve to be there, but it's just unlucky they were in the toughest group of the tournament.
Yeah, gotta actually shout out to them because I think they played pretty disciplined. But of course, usually they can't really last the whole game playing like that because it takes more energy and concentration. What do you think about that, Raj?
Hungary played fantastic. Even the first game, They collapsed in the last, towards the last, they were good until the 84th minute, if I'm not mistaken. And then they started letting in an own goal, followed by a penalty and a moment of brilliance from the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. So that was how they collapsed in the first game. But other than that, against France and Germany, Hungary were fantastic. In fact, they really took them to the sword. Both former world champions. One is the current world champion. The other one is the champion prior to them. But they were fantastic all around. Hungary was actually one of the teams that showed bigger spirit among the group stage teams, along with Denmark. Denmark in line with Christian Eriksen, of course. So yeah.
Okay, so how about the team that disappointed you guys the most? I mean, you expect them to actually play better than that. Okay, Josh.
Oh, I think I can clearly see the most disappointing team was actually Turkey. I think they came into this competition very high spirited, very young squad. Everyone was very motivated to play things in this tournament. But once they got into the group stage, they played the games one game at a time. It was really, really disappointing, letting go 2 to 3 goals per game. And they were actually one of the top scoring teams entering this tournament. So yeah, they have been pretty much a very disappointing act for me. I personally quoted them to be going through at least up to a round of 16 or quarters, actually, to be honest. But yeah, they have brought in a big disappointment for me. And I think to many fans out there, you know that they are quite a star-studded squad up front as well, with a lot of experience. But yeah, they seem to be the most disappointing team overall for this tournament.
Okay, how about you, Ayrton? Which team, that didn't make it past the group stage that actually impressed you and disappointed you?
Oh, only didn't make it past. Okay. So didn't make it past. So obviously, I think Hungary, like I echo what the guys said. So I mean, like, they were placed in the group of death, let's put it that way. But if they were in the same group as England and Scotland, I think probably they would have made it through in that group, because these guys actually, I think they were pretty resilient. Some silly errors. It comes with experience, because these guys haven't been playing in much international tournaments. But I think they were harking back to their days, when Hungary was the top dogs back in the 50s and the 60s, bringing that Puskás vibe inside there. Probably gave them the extra edge, not extra belief that they could actually do something about it. But but kudos to them, they really impressed me a lot. Just that I didn't win any money on them, that's all.
So Jai, macam mana Jai? Macam mana dengan kamu pula?
Pendapat yang I rasa kecewa untuk the next round ialah Macedonia, not Macedonia. Because not Macedonia, sebab bila kita tengok game by game dekat dalam group, dia punya game memang kita tak nampak ada player-player besar dekat dalam tu, tetapi I tengok dia punya semangat dan dia punya kesungguhan diorang untuk fight dengan Belanda, dengan tim-tim yang besar. So I sebenarnya agak kecewa bila diorang tak dapat pergi ke pusingan yang seterusnya, sebab bila kita tengok dia punya composure, dia punya semangat diorang, walaupun diorang tak ada siapa player, cuma ada seorang player daripada, kalau tak Inter Milan rasa, dia yang sekarang tengah last game itu hari dia bersara. So I nampak the team is bukan sebab nama besar, tetapi disebabkan semangat diorang. Sebab diorang bukan kita tengok daripada game yang untuk Euro ni, tapi daripada qualifying lagi diorang punya kesungguhan. So I agak kecewa dekat situ kalau sebab diorang tak dapat pergi next tu. Itu not Macedonia.
Okay, so we move into the round 16. The knockout stage. Right. Let's start with the first team, the first country. Let's talk about Belgium. Okay, so Syed, what do you think about Belgium's performance so far?
Very professional, very impressive. 3 out of 3 wins. I think they scored like 7 goals in the tournament so far. 3 of them from Lukaku, who's been in fine form, and we know like Kevin De Bruyne is back in the team, and now we can really see they are really into the mood to go all the way in the final. So for me, they are one of the favorite of the tournament, and so far they have really impressed in the group stages so far.
Okay, how about Portugal, Raj? A brief summary, what do you think about Portugal?
Portugal, except for the game against Germany, I think game against Germany, there was a big some tactical errors in playing a double pivot, which was playing it a bit too deep, and the the centre backs and the wing backs, the right back and left back were not really organized. So they actually left a lot of gaping holes in the far post. That was the main problem against Germany, but they improved very much against France and really took the game to France. I think Nelson Semedo had a fantastic game. Renato Sanchez had a fantastic game. He was impressive against France. João Moutinho and Renato Sanchez coming in for the France game was key. So it all depends on what lineup they play against Belgium. If they put a proper lineup, they have a chance of upsetting Belgium, who are a really, really good team. And the firepower that Portugal have in the bench, we cannot underestimate that as well. Yesterday, João Rafinha, if I pronounce his name correctly, he came in second half for Danilo. I feel that he's a more forward-thinking defensive midfielder, and I want to watch if he gets more chance to play. So it will be an interesting matchup with Belgium. So I'm going for probably an upset.
One question, just one question. Is there any reason why you think, right, Jota is playing instead of João Felix? I'm really...
I forgot to highlight that the disappointment is playing Jota for the 3 games. Jota starting all 3 games was a bad idea. To me, he's very selfish.
Yes.
If people think Ronaldo is selfish, I think they have to watch Jota even closely. He's even worse. He takes too many chances on his own. Even when Ronaldo is open, he doesn't pass the ball. I think Andres Silva, João Felix will be a better option on the other side compared to Diego Jota. Thanks for reminding.
And guys, we are biased. Okay? We are biased.
Dom, can I add, Dom?
Yeah, sure.
I really want Portugal to lose this game.
Why? Why would you want to break our hearts? And Pijal, shout out to Pijal. Pijal is not here with us today.
Yeah.
Because we can see our main man, Bruno Fernandes, is tired. He needs a long holiday. He needs to go to Greece, lay on his back, get some sun. So
let's not talk about Greece.
But Bruno didn't start yesterday. Yeah.
He needs more than that. He needs more rest than that. But I honestly speaking, I think Belgium's game to win this one. But never mind, I wait for my turn.
But anyway, score prediction for this game. Okay, guys, round robin score prediction for this game side. What do you think the score will be?
I would go 2-1 to Belgium.
Okay, Raj?
2-1 Portugal.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Ronaldo scoring 2 goals.
Ayrton lose obviously.
Penalties again.
Ayrton.
I think it will be a high scoring game. So 4-1 to Belgium.
Wow.
Josh?
I think Belgium will give them a love note to back to Portugal. I think Belgium will just seal the deal 3-0 for Belgium.
Yeah.
Jai.
Portugal menang penalti.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
This time the goalkeeper need to listen to Pepe on where to dive.
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry, Courtois is in Real Madrid, so he should know lah.
You should know. Okay, the next one. Let's move on to Italy and Austria. Okay, let's talk about Italy first. Jai, apa pendapat you tentang cara permainan Italy so far? I think dia boleh kira satu dark horse going into this competition. Apa pendapat kamu?
Okay, actually Italy sebenarnya dia dalam tempoh untuk membalas dendam dengan game-game yang maksudnya World Cup itu hari dia tak qualify, and then dia sekarang dia tengah menebus kesilapan mereka di dalam perlawanan-perlawanan yang sebelum ni. So ini adalah masanya Itali untuk menunjukkan sesuatu lah dengan ramai player-player yang bukan kita nampak daripada tim besar-besar dekat macam contoh AC Milan punya player, banyak player Atlanta, banyak player yang kita tak pernah nampak sebelum ni ada dalam skuad Itali sekarang. And then dia paling mustahak ialah tactical Itali, sesiapa saja boleh menjaringkan gol. Sesiapa saja. Kita tak sangka mungkin bukan striker, mungkin dia punya left back, right back. So I boleh rasakan yang Itali bukan boleh pergi sampai ke quarter final, maybe dia boleh pergi sampai ke semi final dengan games yang kita boleh nampak sebelum-sebelum ni dekat dalam grouping. So inilah masa Itali.
Italy, I think they had a pretty decent track record all the way leading to this particular. I mean, the last game that they played. It's like they haven't really lost. I think they conceded minimum goals, maybe 1 or 2 goals or something like that, right?
They haven't conceded for the last 10 games.
For the 10 games,
yes.
Yeah, last 10 games, 0 goals.
And then they are unbeaten. They are unbeaten under Roberto Mancini, the new manager they have. So they are
29 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Now 30 games.
Going into this
30,
competition, I don't think there was much hype around Italy going to this particular competition. Everyone was talking about England and stuff. It's coming home. It's coming home. Okay.
But their squad is good. I mean, their B team is also good. The last time we saw and Roberto Mancini, he also committed to himself, like in this Euro, he will give chance to all 26 squad players. That's why he also substituted Donnarumma, their keeper, to their substitute keeper, just to give them some minutes. Because I think there was a history when he was playing World Cup, he was not giving chance to play any minute in the World Cup for Italy. So he thought like now he's the manager, he would give chance to everyone. So that's a very good team building and very good enthusiasm in the squad in Italy.
Okay, so Josh, how about Austria? What's your input on Austria?
Given that Austria, I mean, they played against my favorite team, which is the Netherlands. So they were impressive as a unit at the start, but actually they kind of leaked their goals in. I think they panicked too fast. I think in terms of game management, Alaba is not playing at his best position. He's always deployed as a centre back, where in Austria he's always as a left winger or left midfield, where the creativity comes from him. And and the only 2 person that I can see if there's any upset would be either Alaba or Sabitzer. So these 2 person can actually disappoint, but I think Italy will be too strong for them. And I think Italy will go through in this point. So, but then with all the records that Italy have, they might be sent packing home the next round. We'll talk about it later on. So yeah, Austria, they gone as far as they could already, I think. And this will be their end journey. So yeah, well done to Austria.
Score prediction.
I think the score would be Italy 2-0, a convincing 2-0 for Italy.
Okay, Jai, apa score prediction? Italy, Austria.
1-0. Italy 1.
Ayrton?
Austria 0.
Ayrton?
I think Italy will go through this one with a 2-0, convincing 2-0 win, I would say.
Okay, Raj.
Convincing 2-0 as well. I don't see it going any other way.
Okay, how about you, Said?
I think 3-0. They are good to score and they are very solid.
Actually, guys, Belgium, Portugal. I am a Portugal fan, but I think that Belgium will go through. Serious, sad to say. I think Belgium will go through because I didn't bring this up earlier because I think De Bruyne is like we said that's already start engine already panas already, and with De Bruyne inside, the Inter Milan Lukaku will be playing, not the Manchester United Lukaku.
Yeah.
So I think Belgium will go through. Okay, so we move on to the next team. Let's talk about Holland. So there's only one Holland fan here, Josh.
Yeah, you're looking at the top scorer of the group stages with 8 goals. All right, so I think the Netherlands. For me personally, with Frank de Boer leading the team, this is one of the weakest squad in every other tournaments back in the days. His selection was actually very questionable. His formation was very questionable. And looking at the gameplay, I know they will actually progress to the round of 16. But looking at how they played over the last 3 games, 3 out of 3, scoring 8 goals coming from even Gini Wijnaldum, who plays in the midfield. And I thought most of the goals are coming from the strikers. It's quite impressive, I think, and Holland has always played with the left wing and right wing, like Arjen Robben, all these kind of players last time you said, and they like to play with a top forward like Van Persie or Van Nistelrooy, even Huntelaar, Kluivert. But now they are utilizing Depay, who is like a so-called false 9, I would say, and he's actually allowing players like wing backs coming in. So Frank de Boer is deploying either a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2, with bringing up a very, very high left wing back and right wing back to even into wingers. And you see like people like Denzel Dumfries, wow, that guy is magnificent, right? He's even scoring goals from the wing back. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very impressed at what Holland is doing so far, and I'm very convinced this is I can't ask for a better pathway for Holland to go through the finals. This is one of the most promising pathway that I can ever see. So yeah, I think it will be a very good convincing win for the Netherlands, because for the Czech, all 3 goals came from only one person, and I think if De Ligt shows up this time and covering the striker, I think Netherlands will be having a convincing 2-0 win for me.
But Netherlands, they haven't really been tested, right? Their defense, I would say, in the group stages.
Yep, they haven't been tested yet. But looking at it, they are leaky. If you given the likes of like people like France or England or Germany to play against them, they will be leaky.
That is
but
where...
it's not tested. Yeah, it's not tested yet. However, they can score. So it will be like a 4-3 or a 3-2 or a 2-1. But looking at if the lead stands up and then he shows up and organize the defense, I think a clean sheet for this game. But going through, they will leak a bit of goals.
So Raj, score prediction, Netherlands, Czech Republic.
I would give a 3-1 for Netherlands.
Everton?
3-1. I think they will still leak goals, regardless.
Everton?
I think so. Honestly speaking, I think both teams score. But Netherlands, looking at their talent, even though it's not the most strongest Dutch team we have seen in recent years, but they still have enough firepower to actually make it through. So I'm going for a 3-1 to the Netherlands.
Okay, Jai. Score prediction, Jai.
Netherlands banyak bergantung pada DP dengan midfield tu Wijnaldum man. Wijnaldum.
Ex-lollipop.
Ex-lollipop, yeah. So I think better Netherlands akan get through lah, but jaringan dalam 2-0.
How about you, Syed? Score prediction.
I think 2-0 for Netherlands. It would be a comfortable win for Netherlands.
Okay, so unanimous. Netherlands is going to go through. Okay, the final game of this knockout stage: Wales and Denmark. Wales against Denmark. Okay, Raj, what do you think about these two teams?
Firstly, this will be an evenly matched game, I feel, because on paper both teams are quite defensive and offensive at the same time. They have really good creative players. It all depends on if players like Kia for Denmark, how solid is he at the back, and how good are Denmark going up front as a unit. Okay, before I proceed any further, quick shout out to Christian Eriksen. Finally, he's out of the hospital. We hope that he will feel better soon and a good road to recovery, and God bless whatever that he's going to do in the future. So that I got that out of the way. So about Wales, I think Daniel James has been a revelation for Wales. As much as I like to tease Daniel James, I think his crossing has been good. The only problem is, can they finish as good as the crosses come in, right? Ramsey wasted a good handful of chances. Bale is a bit hot and cold. Sometimes he's okay, sometimes he goes missing, and all these factors can come into question. So it's going to be an interesting game. I am edging towards Denmark with a close 3-2 win, solely because they will want to prove a point going as far as they can to the next round. Although I feel that Wales have the firepower in them, but can they finish the opportunities given up front? That is what we are not sure. Can players like Gareth Bale, and if Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey do not turn up for Wales, then they just switch off ultimately. It has been proven in the group games. All the group games they played. The ones that Ramsey and Gareth Bale turned up are the ones that they played proper. So it all depends on the two individual players. And let's take note that Ramsey has been out for quite some time with an injury, and he's just back from an injury. So fitness could be a key as well. So this could be an exciting fixtures. So I'm going for a close 3-2 Denmark win.
Okay, Jai, macam mana dengan you? Wales ke?
Hello?
Wales atau Denmark? Can hear, boleh dengar?
Ya, dengar. I masih lagi mengharapkan Wales pergi ke quarter final. Still lagi sebab I nak tengok progress Daniel James as a Man United punya player. So I nak tengok progress by progress Daniel James, and then I nak tengok lagi touching Gareth Bale. Walaupun dia kadang-kadang off, kadang-kadang on, tapi I still nak tengok dia masih lagi berada di dalam Euro punya tournament. So Wales lah.
Okay, so if Daniel James performs, so it's highly likely that he will be sold for a higher price and Marcel will stay, right, Syed?
Yeah.
No. I think Raj. Yeah, I think Raj will also understand. Like, okay, like we were saying, he only plays with the leg. He doesn't play with the brain, but he has been creating chances. So chances creating, that means he's playing with the brain. Also, he can run fast.
Yeah, I put up my hands, but he has been doing well at this tournament. Yeah.
Because he's playing consistently, like 3 games, he start all of them. So I mean, at Manchester United, he doesn't start like oftenly. So given a chance, I think this boy can perform. So yeah, just for Daniel James, I think, and I wish Wales should go through.
Just another thing that you guys pointed out about Daniel James playing consistent games. I think the players that actually didn't really play a lot in the last season with United are actually performing now. Those players that, like for example, Bruno and whatnot, they're all burnt out, you see. So that's why they are not really performing. Okay, this we will speak more about it on the second part, okay, of this special. Okay, Ayrton, Wales, Denmark, score prediction.
Well, my heart says Wales, but I think my brain says Denmark, because I think, my pardon, that they have world-class or former world-class players like Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale. Denmark looks a bit more solid as compared to Wales, where you have some players who are playing in the championship or lower divisions and stuff. But I'm going out on a limb here and say I think Wales might just do it with a slim 1-0 win. A slim 1-0 win with the heroics, hopefully, by Daniel James.
Okay, Josh. How about you, Josh?
Guys, I think we are giving too much credit to Daniel James. Actually, the reason they are playing well for the country is the reason why we bought them in the first place. All right, they are never good in their club football. So that's the reason why we bought them in the first place. So if you say they played well,
when I said that, bro. Yeah. I was being sarcastic, actually.
If you say they are playing well, yes, they are playing well for their club, for their team. But like what Dom said, we'll bring it to another show. But yeah, I think it'll be a very, very convincing win for Denmark, I would say. There's no doubt that Denmark is now on ecstasy and some Carlsberg on their hands going to the games. And I think with the motivation of Christian Eriksen alongside that, I think I'm afraid that Holland has to face Denmark, and Denmark is really on song with this kind of spirit. It's a different class altogether, that you bringing the fans in, the support given, and everyone is paying 110%. That's the fear that I face, that to play Denmark. So I think Denmark will win with 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to change my opinion. I say Denmark to win as well. Following you, Josh. Because I really look at the Wales squad. Some of them the championship Division 2
Exactly, it's like Premier League B team like that.
I was actually kind of hoping, Denmark. I actually enjoyed watching Denmark play. I mean the way that they actually pushed together, even though they lost against Belgium.
Even against Belgium, Belgium, they were clearly the better team the first 45.
Exactly.
The only difference maker was the moment you see De Bruyne coming in. I think I had a friend who said the moment I saw. I had a friend who said the moment I saw De Bruyne coming in the second half, I just switched off the television and went to bed because I know something's going to happen. That's all they said.
Okay, so let's just put Denmark here. Actually,
so that's another story for another day.
I'm actually hoping for Wales also, because again, Daniel James will form Martial stays, that kind of stuff. Okay.